I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today we got a ton of things to talk about. There's a live show going on well, not a show, but there's a press conference going on about what happened over there in Venezuela. There's a press conference with Trump, and we're going to take a look at it. If you guys don't know, Maduro and his wife had been captured by U.S. forces. So let's take a listen. We can get it to work.
All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark. The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have. It was dark and it was deadly. But captured along with his wife, Celia Flores, both of whom now face American justice. Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York, Jay Clayton, for their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens. I want to thank the men and women of our military who achieved such an extraordinary success overnight with breathtaking speed, power, precision, and competence. You rarely see anything like it. You've seen some raids in this country that didn't go so well. They were an embarrassment. If you look back to Afghanistan, or if you look back to the Jimmy Carter days, they were different days. We're a respected country again, like never before. These highly trained warriors operating in collaboration with U.S. law enforcement caught them in a very ready position. They were waiting for us. They knew we had many ships out in the sea, just sort of waiting. They knew we were coming. So they were in what's called a ready position. But they were completely overwhelmed and very quickly incapacitated. If you would have seen what I saw last night, you would have been very impressed. I'm not sure that you'll ever get to see it, but it was an incredible thing to see. Not a single American service member was killed, and not a single piece of American equipment was lost. We had many helicopters, many planes, many people involved in that fight. But think of that, not one piece of military equipment was lost, not one service member was, more importantly, killed. The United States military is the strongest and most fearsome military on the planet by far, with capabilities and skills our enemies can scarcely begin to imagine. We have the best equipment anywhere in the world. There's no.
Listen, it's called connecting.
Oh,
and it's
come on. What the hell? So, you guys get it. They caught this dude, blah, 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 and that's the rest. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. Today, we're going to talk about Edmonton, Canada. There's over 2,000 to 3,000 gang members and motorcycle club members. They consider it up there in Canada as organized crime, all of it put together. You know, that's what they want people to think, that these motorcycle club members are involved with criminal activity. All these guys aren't criminals. They don't sign up to be in a motorcycle club to be involved with criminal activity. They sign up to be in these clubs for camaraderie, to hang out with the fellas. It's a man's club. And the media wants people to be afraid of these clubs. And I don't think people should be afraid of these clubs. They're just normal people. They have a patch on their back, and they're not gangs. Like, let's make this clear. Just because certain situations will happen around the country with different clubs, I don't care what it is. If it's at a gas station, if it's at an event that's going on, a racetrack, or anywhere, it doesn't mean that these guys are gang members. They're not. People are like, oh, it's more than 10 people, it makes them a gang. No, it doesn't. I mean, that's an idiotic argument. It just is. Let me give some shout outs before we get started. TRC, what's going on? Lake St. Martin, First Nations, Manitoba, Canada, what's going on? Leg Break, MMA, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Tracks NYC going berserk. And I got the video. And this guy that he was going berserk on spit in his face. He ended up getting arrested. I got that video too. We're going to take a look at all that. So this picture has been going. Let me give a couple more shout outs before we get started. Happy New Year, Leg Break. Appreciate you. We're almost at 21,500 subscribers. We might be there now. I haven't checked in a while. Let me check. Oh, I got some good videos for you guys for this new year. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be dropping some bombs. We got some good stuff. We hit it. 21,502 subscribers. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. We're hitting milestones all the time. And I just couldn't be happier. Give yourself a round of applause. Hey. So damn, we hit 21,500. Shit. And sky's the limit. So loud, what's going on? Shout out to the Boondocks of North Carolina. Happy New Year. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. Gory Rory, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. D2C, how are you? Good morning. God bless America. Damn right. Game over, narco-terrorism. I don't think it's game over. I think it is a huge win, right, for the U.S. But there will be repercussions, I think. It's not over, man. Maybe we won that fight, but we didn't win the war. We won that battle, but there's a huge war going on. They will never, ever defeat all of the drug trafficking that goes on. There's no possible way for them to do that. There's too many Too many ways for them bringing it into the country, and it's very hard, especially if you have a crazy amount of demand, which the U.S. consumes the most narcotics in the world. So it's kind of hard to stop it when people don't want it to stop, you know? But what do you do? So we're going to take a look at some of these videos. These are wild videos. So someone posted this. This is hilarious, right? So people were like, "Oh, this is photoshopped. These are this isn't a real photo. He didn't really get captured." Yeah, all right. And all those bombs they dropped on him yesterday was photoshopped too, right? Yeah, idiots. Someone said, "I zoomed in on the pilots and it was photoshopped." Oh man. You can't make this up. If you guys don't know, the song with Big Kaz and Harley G's is out. You Ain't My Brother, the remix. Go check it out. It's on all platforms. You can see it on Spotify. You can check it out on all major platforms. Go check it out. I still didn't check it out yet. I heard clips, though. It's pretty good. So make sure you guys go check that out. Ginger Biker, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. Good day, all from Edmonton. Oh, shit, you're from Edmonton, Ginger Biker. Well, we're talking about your hood today. But first, we're going to talk about Trax NYC going berserk. Now, why did he go berserk? I'll tell you why. So apparently, this guy here on the left, let me see what his name is. I forgot his damn name. He was just arrested for spitting in his face. Pretty wild. It's all over the internet. But next thing you know, this they're gonna have Trump blasted everywhere, right? Here's another picture of Maduro with glasses on, covered up. And this is a real picture. This is directly from President Trump's Instagram page. Here, let me get you guys the picture. He's got glasses on. He don't know where the fuck he's going. So apparently that other picture of him by the plane was not real because he has a suit on and shit. And in this one, he has a tracksuit on. He has sweatpants on. They must have stripped his ass before they put him in this plane. I mean, come on. If they strip me when I go to fucking, when I go to damn county jail, you don't think they're going to strip this dude down? Hell yeah, they are. 100%. So apparently, the one by the plane was not real. Imagine that. Look at this guy. He has a suit on, right? Well, I got news for you people. That one isn't real. I'm about to show you the real one right now. It was just released by President Trump. Like just now. So here is the real picture of Maduro. This is the fake picture. Allegedly, this was created by AI. So here is the real picture. They ain't letting that motherfucker peek out. Oh, can I get a window seat? No. No window seat for you, Maduro. So allegedly, this is the real picture. This is directly from President Trump's X page, I guess. So this is the real picture of Maduro, and that other picture was false, allegedly. Mickey Rourke, oh my God. Wow, Mickey Rourke Looks like he's getting old. Holy shit. Have you guys seen Mickey Rourke lately? That's pretty wild. It's crazy how people age so fast, especially people in Hollywood. They age pretty quick. So let's check out this Trax NYC going berserk. This is Max from Trax. That's the guy on the right. The guy on the left used to work for Max, right? And he's at a new shop now in the Diamond District of Manhattan, and he's selling jewelry, but he's still using Max's name in the Trax NYC. He's still like attaching himself so that he can get sales. But you know what else he's doing? He's selling different grades of gold and pretending that it's something else. He'll be like, oh, this is 14 karat, but it's really 18 karat. You know, he's faking the funk. He's telling people there's certain diamonds when they're not. And so he's lying. He's scheming people. He's a thief. And when Max found out about this, he flipped out. If you want to see the whole video, you got to go to Patreon. I can't play the whole video here. I had to blur out some spots. But I got a wild video for you guys to check out. Let's check it out.
The receipt from this disgusting company that pretends to be me, says they're Trax NYC, sells my customer a bracelet, rips them off, and rips them off on the gold. Shit, they're saying it's 14 karat gold. Well, we're going to test this bracelet right now. Start the test. 10 karat gold. So did they say they were Trax NYC?
Yeah, he tried to portray. He tried to sell one of your products. He said that he ran out.
Right.
One of your rings that you purchased.
Right. That we sell. So you came with a picture of Trax NYC.
Yep. I opened up the website for.
And then he said he ran out, even though he has nothing to do with me other than to steal my customers all day long. These rats have done this over and over and over again, and I tolerated it. And now they f***ed them over on the carrot as well. Yo, Akai, you are thieves, bro. The most disgusting people you'll ever see in your life. It's 64 West 47th Street. Akai is the booth. We're gonna get our money back. $22,000 for me and for all the other customers they scammed. Pull up. We'll group together, we'll sue them, and we'll take their property. 64 West 47th Street. Don't let it slide. So not only did these pieces of rip you off on this thing, it turned out to be 9 karat gold, right?
Yeah.
You had a check?
Yes.
So they're going to be giving you $1,000 on top. Here's $22,000 for your trouble. These bum mother, bro. You get people in this exchange, people in this. Stop being greedy pieces of like. So I'm Trax. I want this coming up with a scheme every time. Keep scheming, bro. Bro. 9 karat this, 2 karat that, this that. Security what, bro?
They're calling security. Calling security on his own boss.
Bro, stop stealing. You gotta come up. I want my fucking money, mother.
New England Rider, what's going on? Happy New Year. Appreciate you, man. Mile High Magic's in the house. Shout out to Mile High Magic. Craze, what's going on? Alabama, what's up, man? How are you? Shout out to Mile High Magic. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Appreciate you. TRC, what's going on? Happy New Year, Nomadic Pirate. How are you? Shout out to you. So these are all the videos. I got all the videos. Nano Grow, what's good, man? Can Trump come to Canada and get Carney next? Maybe. Possibly. Robles, what's up, man? 90% of the coke goes to Canada. Came from Venezuela. Will be a drug drought soon. 100%. Definitely will be a drought. And you know what that means. That means all-out war is about to take place, even on the street, man. It's not a good thing.
Bro, I gave the money up. You want to be Trax NYC? Here's Trax NYC! Akai! Garbage! You motherfuckers are garbage!
Bro!
Where's my money?
Look at his face. Look how scared this motherfucker is. Watch this.
You motherfuckers are garbage! Where's my money?
Look how scared he is.
Where's my money? Where's my money? I got this f***ing bracelet. Where's my What are you gonna do? What are you gonna Doc! You say VVS, I3, 14K, and you're using my name! You 6447. Yeah, 6447. Thief! You thief!
So apparently, they tried to strangle Max with his own chain. So these guys all get arrested. All of them. All these guys in the store all get arrested. Except Max. Believe it or not. You believe that shit? Watch this.
Stop. Stop. Take him. No. Get the hands off of me, bro. Take your hands off of me, bro. Yeah, bro.
Max, I love you, bro.
Calm down. You give me my money.
You're never gonna see that.
Little you
Oh
my God.
What happened?
Oh, they violent.
Oh,
Yeah, get that girl.
you're David. Should you?
Look at
In the
that.
end, they tried to kill me, strangle me with my own chain. Get out of this hospital. TraxNYC.com.
Yo, Joshua Zuckerberg, I need my letter of apology, bro. Stop wasting our time and write that letter. Joshua Zuckerberg of Prior Cashman. Okay? The grievance board, la-di-da, so on and so forth. Get to writing that letter, bro. And then there's Scott Himes, who owes me money. Don't worry, some people might be asking questions. La-di-da, what am I doing? You know what I'm doing. Something important, okay? If you know me at all. Scott Himes, I need my money back. I'm gonna put it in the street, in the street, in the street, in the street. Get to it, bro.
He's gonna put the money in the street. If you guys don't know what that means, he's gonna put it out there and say, hey, whoever gets the money, you get to keep it. That's probably not good for whoever owes the money. You said his blood pressure is probably high as hell. Ricky, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Scrap Iron's in the building. What's good, Scrap Iron? Yeah, this is a wild story. Crazy. Wait till you see the end.
Bro, now Scott Himes is an attorney. He was on the stand in front of a federal judge, and he was saying a bunch of nonsense. He's somebody I fired, and somehow la-di-da-di stayed on. Hungry for money, greedy for money, not around. I want my letter of apology, Joshua, and I want...
So Max is an honest guy, right? He doesn't like when people get ripped off, and he is one of the honest people down there in the jewelry district, in the that's what it is, right? The diamond district. He is one of the most honest people down there in the diamond district. I mean, you're not going to find a more honest person than Max that's down there. Some people say, oh, he's this and that, but he is as real as they come when it comes to all them people down there at the Diamond District. Them other guys that he's talking about, straight thieves, allegedly.
My money back, Scott! Fucking little bitch! Where's my money?
Look how scared he is. Look at his face. I think he's shit. I think he's shit a little bit.
Where's my money?
What? This ain't the end. Oh no, this ain't the end. Just wait until you see how it all ends. Let me show you this. Here we go. This is how it ended, with this guy in cuffs. Because you don't spit in someone's face. Oh no. The uncut version will be on Patreon. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Patreon. It doesn't cost that much money. Look, this guy's walking out 9 cuffs. The walk of shame. Now these guys got to deal with a court case. This motherfucker's smirking. This old guy. Happy New Year, motherfucker. Hey, love from Edmonton. What's going on, man? Thank you, Reese. Appreciate you. We're going to talk about Edmonton in a minute. What do you guys think of this situation? I think Max is a respected jeweler down there. He doesn't like when people get ripped off, and this happens every day in the Diamond District. Hey, Edmonton, what's up, man? YD9 QJ, I think that says. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining me. So what do you guys think of this situation? Shout out to Max for doing the right thing and paying that dude the money. He didn't have to. I mean, the other guy's the one that owed the money, but how's he going to get the money back from him? I mean, if he's using Max's name, no bueno. You can't do that. You can't use someone else's name and try to swindle people. It's just crazy. I saw the headlines this AM, skipped the story, didn't realize it went down like that. Yeah. So that's the whole story. That other guy tried to rob somebody. Mountain Woman, how you doing? Happy New Year. Appreciate you. If you guys don't know, we finally hit 21,502 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We are going to be, man, we're going to blow the roof off things this year. I got some mega bombs for you guys. It is going to be great. Let's see if this guy's still on. Yeah, he is. All right, so they're still on. Let's check in real quick with Trump's little press conference.
At 10:46 p.m. Eastern time last night, the president ordered the United States military to move forward with this mission. He said to us, and we appreciate it, Mr. President, good luck and Godspeed. And those words were transmitted to the entire joint force. Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land and.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
So,
Here's how I keep track of all my tasks.
So, Vice President of Venezuela demands proof of life after Maduro's capture. Well, yeah, you ain't getting that. So mind your business, bitch, before we come get your ass too.
Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20, and our oldest crew member was 49. And there's simply no match for American military might.
Hell no.
As the night began, the helicopters took off with the extraction force, which included law enforcement officers, and began their flight into Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States began layering different effects provided by Spacecom, Cybercom, and other members of the interagency to create a pathway. Overhead, those forces were protected from aircraft were protected by aircraft from the United States Marines, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, and the Air National Guard. The force included F-22s, F-35s, F-18s, EA-18s, E-2s, B-1 bombers, and other support aircraft, as well as numerous remotely piloted drones. As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in Venezuela.
That means we
employing
blew them to
weapons
shit.
to ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area. The goal of our air component is, was, and always will be to protect the helicopters and the ground force and get them to the target and get them home. As the force crossed the last point of high terrain where they'd been hiding in the clutter, we assessed that we had maintained totally the element of surprise. As the helicopter force ingressed towards the objective at low level, we arrived at Maduro's compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2:01 a.m. Caracas local time, and the apprehension force descended into Maduro's compound and moved with speed, precision.
They found him with wet
towards their
pants,
objective,
hiding in the
and
closet.
isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted persons. On arrival into the target area, the helicopters came under fire, and they replied with that fire with overwhelming force and self-defense.
Meaning we blew them to
Aircraft was
shit.
hit, but remained flyable, and as the president said earlier today, all of our aircraft came home, and that aircraft remained flyable during the rest of the mission. As the operation unfolded at the compound, our air and ground intelligence teams provided real-time updates to the ground force, ensuring those forces could safely navigate the complex environment without unnecessary risk. The force remained protected by overhead tactical aviation. Maduro and his wife, both indicted, gave up and were taken into custody by the Department of Justice, assisted by our incredible U.S. military with professionalism and precision, with no loss of U.S. life. After securing the indicted persons, the force began to prep for departure. Helicopters were called in to exfiltrate the extraction force, while fighter aircraft and remotely piloted aircraft provided overhead coverage and suppressive fire. There were multiple self-defense engagements as the force began to withdraw out of Venezuela. The force successfully exfiltrated and returned to their afloat launch bases, and the force was over the water at 3:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with indicted persons on board. And both Maduro and his wife were embarked aboard the USS Iwo Jima.
Blindfolded.
In closing, what we've witnessed today is a powerful demonstration of America's joint force. We think, we develop, we train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again and again, not to get it right, but to ensure that we cannot get it wrong. Our jobs are to integrate combat power so when the order comes, we can deliver overwhelming force at the time and the place of our choosing against any foe anywhere in the world. I am immensely proud today of our joint force and filled with gratitude to represent them here today. There is simply no mission too difficult for these incredible professionals and the families that stand by them and support them. As we stand here this morning, our forces remain in the region at a high state of readiness, prepared to project power, defend themselves, and our interests in the region.
Let's
This
do it.
operation is a testament to the dedication and unwavering commitment to justice and our resolve to hold accountable those who threaten peace and stability. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude
Minnesota's
to the brave
next.
men and women who executed this mission. Their courage and tireless commitment to our nation are what makes us strong.
All right, Minnesota's next. They're going over to Minnesota to go handle business. I mean, they need to. They need to fucking all them dudes who are straight robbing the tax dollars in Minnesota. They all need to be handled. They need to swoop in there with helicopters, scoop them up. Hey, what's going on, Don McGuire? Shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining me. Easy, what's up? Citizens seem happy in Venezuela. Hey, because they don't got no one they got to deal with now, you know? 0 degrees. About 3 inches of new white snow everywhere. Damn. It's been cold as hell outside. Thank you for joining me, Don. I appreciate you. Everyone, Don McGuire's in the chat. Hall of Fame photographer Don McGuire. Great guy. Go check out his show. Don McGuire, the fighter's voice. He's a huge reason why I continue to do what I do. Don McGuire's a huge inspiration. I look up to him immensely. So we got a bunch of things to talk about today. We are going to talk about officials investigating 2-vehicle crash near Wall Trina. Whatever the hell that is. This is in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama. The Huntsville Police Department is investigating a 2-vehicle crash near the Wall Trina. Whatever the hell that is, Cape Shaw Road. Officials say one of the vehicles involved was a motorcycle. The motorcyclist sustained critical injuries and was transported to the hospital. The traffic homicide unit is leading the investigation. Speaking of traffic homicide unit, we have a new show for you guys tomorrow. And I have the arraignment video of one of the suspects in the murder of the Rock Machine and the Vagos. I got the arraignment videos, so I'm going to play you guys that tomorrow. And we're going to see what the judge and everything is saying about that guy. The one on the right is getting arraigned in the video, and I'll bring you guys that tomorrow. So it's very crazy when people pass away, especially around this time of year. One person was killed in northeast Las Vegas crash. The driver arrested for DUI. This is in Las Vegas, Nevada. One person is dead, and the driver was arrested after a crash involving 2 vehicles in northeast Las Vegas intersection late Thursday night. According to police, the collision reported just before 10:30 p.m. Thursday, January 1st on Craig Road and Lamont Street. Investigators believe that the 47-year-old Las Vegas man was riding a 2012 Can-Am Spyder, a 3-wheeled motorcycle, east on Craig Road when he crashed into a 2010 Honda Accord as he made a left turn. Medical personnel pronounced the rider dead at the scene. Damn, and you know those 3-wheeled motorcycles, a car could just drive right up on it. Boom. Well, what do you think's happening to the driver? No bueno. So the driver of the Honda, identified as 46-year-old Patricia Janwara, failed to yield while making the turn, according to the LVMPD. She stayed at the scene, but officers determined she allegedly showed signs of impairment. So she's getting booked. Janwara was arrested on suspicion of DUI resulting in death, booked into the Clark County Detention Center. Records indicate her first court appearance is scheduled for Saturday morning, which was yesterday. I will let you guys know more information as it becomes available. Now, a look at Edmonton. Edmonton's organized crime and gang landscape. So if you guys aren't aware, Edmonton was in the news recently with the arrest of the One Order, I believe it's called, motorcycle club. They have ties to the Hells Angels. They're a Hells Angels support club. And allegedly, there's a lot of gangs up in Edmonton. So they call it organized crime. They mix in the motorcycle clubs with the gangs. So this is a look at Edmonton's organized crime and gang landscape. This article is by Angelina Amato. It came out January 2nd, 2026. With the police seeing a higher gang presence in the city CTV News, Edmonton sat down with Sergeant Ryan Ferry to get an idea on how the landscape has changed over the years. Ferry, who is in charge of the organized crime branch intelligence hub in Edmonton Police Services, estimate there's about 2,000 to 3,000 individuals participating in gangs or organized crime across the city and surrounding areas, making up about 36 or so groups. He defines organized crime separately from gangs, which are typically neighborhood-based and involve street-level violence, often using symbols to identify themselves. Organized crime, on the other hand, involves large-scale trafficking and they're more difficult to identify. Organized crime figures look like doctors and lawyers and people that exist within your neighborhoods that you would otherwise not be able to pick out in a lineup, he said. While gangs are often associated with controlling territories and neighborhoods, Ferry said there haven't been any gang controlled areas in the city for the last several decades, especially following the invention of what Ferry calls dial dolloping in the 1990s and early audits, whatever the hell that means. Essentially, a pizza delivery service for illegal drugs. Oh, that's what it's called, dial dolloping. It came out in Western Canada as a way to reduce contact between drug trafficker operators and users. Drivers are typically young, even in their teens, with clean driving records, who would receive lesser penalty if caught trafficking. That's a wild thing. Damn. They stepped their game up and they started something called dial dolloping. I never heard of that. Or dial doping. Dial doping? Edmonton is set up to where you've had a low population density. It's hard to support gang-controlled drug distribution center and make it worth the jeopardy of police to be aware of your operations. Because in a place like that where you have people packed together, people are going to know what you're up to. Like you got traffic coming in. They're going to be like, hey, the traffic's going in and out of that house. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty easy for them to figure it out, especially now. They have AI programs, if you guys didn't see, down in Philadelphia. They have these AI programs, right? And they have cameras up on the light poles. And they see people going to certain houses and they follow where the people go. And they're going to this certain house. And they just follow. They have AI that tracks everybody and it shows their movements. And it's like so easy for them to track people nowadays. It's insane. So it says turf, but the turf originated. Gangs have been making a comeback over the past couple of years, said Ferry, particularly involving young members. He said that there's about a dozen youth gangs in the city, mostly in the north side and some in Edmonton south. Members of these gangs are typically between the ages of 14 and 24 and are more concerned with clout than profit, he said. So they don't give a shit about the money. They care about what people think about them on fucking the internet. Which results in gunfire and targeted participation in each other's territories. That's a very, very dangerous powder keg where they're seeking opportunities to show the other up. It's a reputation-based system where they don't care who's making more money or how the money is made. It becomes dangerous for everybody that lives in those neighborhoods. Several schools in the cities have reached out to the EPS about teen gang members making trouble for students, teachers, and staff. So this shit's turning into remember that movie back in the day where the black dude's the principal and he goes into the school and there's spray paint on the lockers and he goes to try to retake the school over from the gangs. It's infested with gangs. Remember that movie? Lean on Me. I believe it was called Lean on Me. There was a bunch of different movies like that. I'm just going to start wearing a burqa. That would be another great interview. Who you talk about? Mountain Woman, really good interview, but definitely need another. There's so much more to talk about. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing another one with Biker News Canada. I think one order support club for 81, not 100%. Yeah, it is. It is a support club for 81. But it seems like the one order up there in Canada, that specific charter was all about crime. I mean, they got busted pretty quick setting up shop. They got busted before they could even really set up shop. So Sun Tzu, Art of War. I definitely read that in prison. And then they banned it. Who flies a plane around hammered? Watch the interview on Bob's channel with Stacks. We were late, but got there later. Great interview. Thank you, Mountain Woman. Salute, Stacks. Appreciate you. They arrested a pilot in Calgary Airport for being impaired, getting ready to fly to the Philippines. I know, like, how do you get behind the whatever of a plane hammered? I'm good. Listen, when you start drinking, you think you're good. Like, I'm good. I'm all right. Vegan Cannibal, what's going on? Thank you for joining me, man. Happy New Year. Appreciate you. Don McGuire says, I believe in you. You're my brother. I appreciate that, Don. I'll do anything for you, man. You've been a huge support in my life. Now their president can reclaim power. The vice president's demanding that we show a proof of life. How about you shut your mouth before we go back there and hand you some Band-Aids? I think the vice president needs to keep his mouth shut. He got murdered a few years back. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of gangs up there in Canada. I didn't think there were that many gangs up there. And I'm like, damn, when I'm reading about it, I'm like, holy shit, they really are flooded with gangs. If anyone from Edmonton, which I've seen 2 already, if anyone's from Edmonton, tell me about it. If you want me to drop the link, I'll drop the link and we could have a conversation. There are a few Brown 81 members. Yes, only because of family as of what I know. I think things are starting to change in that regard, Ginger Biker. Union leaving the family some McDonald's coupons are washing their hands. So they were very worried about that pretty controlled common because of the explosive as far as the gang violence goes. It's very, very hard to control because they're coming and going from places that they live and grew up in, and they have a whole neighborhood sheltering them. Downtown, since COVID-19 pandemic, Edmonton's core has seen a rise in homelessness and crime, furthered by street gangs preying on the inner city's most vulnerable. Why would you even prey on a homeless person? Like, what are they going to do that for clout too? Like, hey, watch this. I'm going to do this to this homeless guy. Like, that doesn't get you any street cred. Downtown has been ground zero for the gang presence to sell drugs and have a direct control over who's storing, distributing, and who will be directly subjected to violence and intimidation if they speak out against the gang presence. Well, they ain't gonna do shit to me. So when I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota, right, I used to work at this strip club, and right around the corner, there was all these gang members used to hang out right on this corner. It was like right in front of this, it was like a newspaper shop. A newspaper, they would sell cigarettes and newspapers and drinks and things like that. But all these gang members used to fucking sit right there. And it was a dangerous place. People were getting robbed there all the time. It was crazy. And they weren't doing shit about it. I mean, Minneapolis, they don't give a fuck. They let that city go to shit. One of the most noted street gangs in the city's core is Red Alert, and it's spelled REDD, Alert, which Ferry says has started a collective of ex-gangsters who tried to form an anti-crime rap group in the mid-90s called Red Edmonton's Doing Dirt. I guess that was the name of a rap group, and it turned into a gang. Some of the members fell into their old habits and opportunities to making money when making money arose. Years later, Red Alert has seeped into the correctional institutions where police believe members are involved in targeted violence and paid protection. As the correctional institutions, as long as they are is organized crime, and as long as they are end users, I believe they meant to say as long as there's organized crime and as long as there are users, there's going to be drugs in the prisons. Just like we have our own problems out in the street, in the city, they have their own problems in the institutions. Obviously, it's the fucking guards that are bringing in most of the shit. Because, listen, these guards, they get paid minimum wage. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to fucking bring drugs into the jail and get paid a lot of money. They're not going to not take them up on that offer. Of course they're going to do that. So he adds that the incarceration is not the most effective means of policing in terms of gang suppression because organized crime is so prolific in the institutions. Listen, once you lock people up, they join gangs. I know a lot of people that went to prison and joined a gang. I joined a gang before I went to prison. And then I got out of the gang and then I had to go to prison without the gang. So I was by myself for a lot of the times going to prison. I didn't run to a gang. I got offers to be in different gangs after I went to prison. I got offers from a lot of different gangs, but I didn't take them up on it. I wasn't feeling the whole gang life anymore. People think I was like in my 20s running with a street gang. That wasn't the case. I got out of the gang way before that. They may get more exposure to their gang when they're incarcerated, he said. So the strategy for each and every one of these gangs is going to be tolerated to what's going to reduce the gang participation and have the maximum impact on the particular gang. So the way you reduce gang participation is you give these kids something to do, right? You give them something to look forward to, and you give them something to do. You don't fucking throw them in jail. That's not going to do anything. With Red Alert, EPS takes an uplifting approach, talking to family members about gang affiliation and helping find support and opportunities outside of the gang, said Ferry. High accommodations. The drugs, by and large, are the highest traffic commodity in Edmonton. and virtually anywhere due to the prohibited nature of illegal drugs, as well as the high addicted and user rates. Most commonly seized drug in Edmonton is cocaine. Edmonton has been traditionally cocaine-heavy community with various psychological reasons. He said, adding the methamphetamine and opioids are close seconds. So they come in after the cocaine. Cocaine's first there, I guess. And most of all, Edmonton's large organized crime groups are participating in the illegal tobacco trade, as it sees high profit margins, relatively low penalties to the other contraband. When you start to get large-scale organized crime inserting themselves into profitable markets, there's competition. Violence always follows. Other commodities include human trafficking in the form of sex trafficking, labor trafficking, as well as firearms and stolen vehicle trafficking. Ferry said, it is also becoming more common to see organized criminals participate in mortgage fraud. Holy shit. So they're stepping their game up out there in Edmonton. Next thing you know, they're going to start opening a bunch of fucking daycare centers. They're going to follow suit just like Minneapolis is doing. I mean, shit. These guys are they made like $1 billion out of fucking daycare shit. This guy goes out there with fucking designer glasses on talking about, we've been burglarized. They took all of the paperwork that the feds want. We were burglarized last night, they said. Bunch of fucking lies. That other chick has a fucking 5-carat ring on, talking about, I'm a student. If I lose my daycare, I won't be able to this and that. She's like, the fraud. And then she's like, because they know they fucked up. Hope they all go to jail. Bunch of pieces of shit. They all need to be scooped up and put in prison with the gang members. Oh, man. While the lines are commonly more blurred, Ferry said, the most organized crime rings or gangs are still made up of young men with shared culture, ethnicity, and experience. We still have a very segregated organized crime. There's community. There's a commonality that brings them all together. Ferry adds that the immigration and refugee status does not cause or force gang participation. I disagree with that, because some of these immigrants, right, they force people to be involved with the stuff they got going on. It says, but changes who is eligible and vulnerable to participate in organized crime due to the person's circumstances. Historically, gang violence has been more concentrated to the north and the south sides of the city, but police are now seeing it trickle all over Edmonton. The conflicts that are following them around are now bleeding out into the overall community. Edmonton is also seeing an increase in gang influence from other provinces out east. In November, the EPS charged several one-order motorcycle club members with offenses related to organized crime, dismantling the group's presence in the city. So they're no more. They arrested all of them. Like that motorcycle club is done in that city. The club is known to have chapters in Peel, Ontario, Toronto, and Halifax. Seizure included 19 firearms, numerous prohibited weapons, replica firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, a pair of bulletproof vests, 5,000 contraband cigarettes, $118,000 in cash, and a steroid manufacturing and pill press operation with more than 82,000 pills in Sherwood Park. This was the first interception of the One Order MC specific chapter here in Edmonton. So this is the first chapter there, and that was pretty quick, huh? And it says, through the investigation, they saw very close affiliation with the Hells Angels. The presence of the group and the attractiveness of Edmonton is drawing the one order out here to try to establish a charter. Correction of the land in Edmonton is pretty common trend that they're seeing. How does Edmonton stack up to other Canadian cities? Relative to other Canadian cities, Ferry said, there is a high gang presence in Edmonton. About 25% of homicides are directly attributed to organized crime in Canada. Ferry estimates about 50% of all homicides in Edmonton are connected in some way, shape, or form to organized crime. That's a pretty fucking high number. EPS said there's about 10 shootings in November of 2025, 9 which are believed to be targeted. Holy shit. Well, that's 90%, officer. You fucking dummy. There were no homicides, and 3 of 10 shootings resulted in injuries. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot of shootings in November. As of November 30th, there have been 129 reported shootings in Edmonton this year. That's less than one a day. So there had been 111 reported shootings within the same time in 2024. So it went up. It went up about 11, right? Or no, it went up more than that, about 18. It went up 18 shootings. So what do you guys think about Edmonton and their gang activity? Craig, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. It's freezing in Virginia. I have a new show that's dropping from a woman who is a former property of from a Outcast member who passed away, and they were from Virginia. They weren't from Virginia, but she moved to Virginia. She met this man. She explains the whole situation. He ends up passing away in a I know this much. Edmonton has a short motorcycle season. What, about 2 months, right? So he ends up passing away, and she tells me the whole story. It's a pretty wild story. Wait till you see that one. It's going to be dropping really soon. What's the temperature there in Virginia, Craig? Ken Hill, first indigenous billionaire selling cigarettes. What? Richard, what's going on? Happy Saturday, Stacks. Isn't it Sunday? Oh, it's Saturday. I thought it was Sunday. Shit. Big money in native cigarettes as corner shops and streets sell them for $5 a pack. Shit. That's fucking cheap, man. You're just watching the president? Yeah, I watched a little bit of it too. So allegedly, this is a fake picture that people are passing around. I zoomed in on the plane's cockpit, and this is what I got. No, really, this is a fake picture, allegedly, right? He has a fucking suit on. Here's the real picture. Oh, yeah. That's what we do. We fucking blindfold these motherfuckers. We throw them on a plane, spin them around, and say, find your way back home, motherfucker. They're going to throw him in a fucking cage up in ADX Supermax in Colorado. They're going to say, have a nice life, Maduro. His wife is fucked too. You know, she'll get off, though. She's not going to go down as long as him, but I believe we're probably going to get more people from there. And the vice presidents from Venezuela's like, I demand to see a proof of life. Here you go. There's your proof of life. You don't demand nothing from us. We demand it from you. We run shit. You don't run nothing. Better get it right. It's cold as fuck from November to May. Yeah, you got to wear heated gear, right? About 6 weeks of comfortable riding. That sucks, man. 172 of top organized crime groups operate around 6 nations. They're very connected. $30 a carton? Damn, I pay 97. Not where I live either. I pay 97. I have to drive to go get them. Cowtown. Much better. Here we get Chinooks. They got a ride. Odd days. Be clean. What did Christie say? We are a club with some criminals in it. Yeah, they're all not criminals, man. They're not. They're just not. U.S. a carton is around $17 there. Are you serious? Where the fuck is that, bro? $97 for a carton of cigarettes. Yes. You know, I was excited when I found it for $97. I was like, yes, that's awesome. And that's crazy. Right? Holy shit. I grew up in Calgary. Edmonton is our nemesis. Oh, so they have that out there where they don't like the different towns. They have that out here too in the U.S., man. I was only 17 here in Edmonton today. Oh, minus 17. Holy shit, man. Minus 17 in Edmonton. What are they, fucking Eskimo gang members? How the fuck do you operate in something, in an environment that cold? I'm just curious. How? Do they have like fucking covered? They should have like covered sidewalks. So you're walking. It's like a mall, right? And you're just walking. You're not outside. They should have that there because it's too fucking cold. Thank God I didn't stay in Minneapolis for the whole winter. I got there. There was still snow on the ground. And I left probably around July. So I went there around February, about maybe February, March, April, May, June, July. Yep. I went there in February. I went to Minneapolis to move there in February. I stayed there February, March, April, May, June. I left in July. So I stayed for 6 months. And I was like, you know what? I recorded videos over at, thank you for gifting the membership. I appreciate that. I did George Floyd content. I went right over there where he passed away. The person that I brung with me, he was like scared. He's like, yo, I'm not getting out of the car. I'm like, get the fuck out of the car, bro. I'm not. I didn't come all this fucking way for nothing. Trying to see if I can find a fucking video. Yeah, I found one. Hold on, let me see if I can find a longer one. I did a bunch of interviews out there. Shit. I don't know where they all went. Here's a clip of one. This one's only a minute long. I know I got longer videos than that. Let's see if I get it for you guys. All right, you guys ready for this one? This is me in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is right where George Floyd got killed, right? Hey, what's up? It's Bill Stacks from Chatting with Stacks, and I'm in George Floyd Square. I'm with Popeye. What's up, man? So I want to talk to you a little bit about what it was like growing up in South Minneapolis.
I guess it's like growing up like any other urban neighborhood where it's low income, police brutality, and a lot of gang influence, cultural influence from blacks, Hispanic. I've been here my whole life. My grandma lived around the corner since I was born, having those struggles. You know what I'm saying? My mom did her best. The neighborhood was gang influenced, but it was also family first, though. It was a lot of family before the gangs came. The gangs came in the newer 90s, after like 98s and things like that. That's when it became gang culture. But as far as growing up, it was a breeze. I made it to 30.
He said, I made it to 30. And the 30s is a gang, obviously. So I did a bunch of interviews out there. I wonder if I still have the videos. Yeah, I can't believe Stacks out there looking like young Al Sharpton. Yeah, I had the nice little cut in the head, and my shit was all tight. OG gangster in that outfit, Stacks. I didn't give a fuck, man. I jumped right out the car. I'm not nervous going places, you know. This dude's like, I ain't getting out the car. I got the video too. Sitting in the car, he's like, I ain't getting out. I'm not getting out of the car, bro. He's like, put the camera down. Put the camera down. I'm like, bro. And I got videos of the fucking police department has barbed wire around the shit. And it's all boarded up, barbed wire around the police department. Like, what the fuck is that? It was a crazy experience. It was wild. Here, I'll show you guys another one. Now, I worked in a strip club. Let me see if this is user friendly. Oh, this is when I said, fuck that, I'm leaving, right? Yeah, they're going to have a windowless seat in Colorado Supermax. Here's where I left, right? I said, fuck that, I'm getting out of here. Bill Stacks, man, I'm going back to Connecticut. Minneapolis.
Good, everybody. It's Bill Stacks, man. I'm out here in Minnesota. You know, got a hotel, nice one. We're at a nice spot, man. Get your shit popping today. Let's get it going, man. See where I'm at. Stay tuned, man. A lot of real good shit coming. Chatting with Stacks, baby. Just getting started. What's good, everybody? You see where I'm at. Minnesota, man.
Yeah, this was and then I went from Minnesota to Chicago. I don't know if this is me eating breakfast and shit, stupid shit.
Oh, this kid. What's good, everybody?
Yeah, you won't.
Nah, man, I'm good with that shit. What's good, everybody? It's Bill Stacks. I am leaving Minnesota. Done deal, man. It's a wrap. Going home.
That was fun. It was a good experience, but fuck Minnesota. Straight up. Fuck Minnesota. But yeah, I'll be nice to see you hitting the streets as a young journalist. I ain't that young, bro. 46. I'll be 47 soon. But I will be doing some in-person interviews very soon. This year is going to be a great year with some wild interviews. I'm going to be dropping some really good ones very soon in a couple days. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this show. United States loves bacon. Shout out to Jimmy Mack. Thank you for joining me. New England Riders, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all you guys. Craig, Nomadic Pirate, No Grow, TRC, Lindsay, Reese. Thank you guys all for joining me. I appreciate you. Easy. Don McGuire, thank you for joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. And if you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App right here, Chatting with Stacks. We need some funds over here. You could help out the show. We could bring it to a new level. I need money so I could go travel and get some interviews done. You can hit up the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chats, Zelle, all that good stuff. Every dollar goes a long way. I put it right back into the show. And if you want to tell your story on Chatting with Stacks, I don't care if you're an active motorcycle club member, if you're out of the club, I will make the determination on if I'm going to put you on the show. But you can reach out and we'll have a discussion and we'll figure it out. So email me at billstacks2021@gmail.com. Or if you want to sponsor the show, you can email me, billstacks2021@gmail.com. Thank you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.